What is up? Oh, wait. Hold on. We need to turn these lights on. What is up, Voodoo Tribe? It's your girl Najee here, and I'm back with another video. And today's video is going to be a pre-recorded Tribe Tea segment. That is when you guys send me in your stories. We react, we kiki, we give advice, all of that jazz. A little tough love every here and there. Before I get started, I do want to announce the winner of the giveaway. I showed you guys this giveaway, I think last week, maybe the week before. I'm not really sure, but the winner of that giveaway is Sierra. I will put your Instagram username below. I'm pretty sure Slay Baddie shot you an email, but I just want to make sure that you know for a fact that you are the winner. I want to thank everybody for entering. Thank Slay Baddie for partnering with me to do this for you guys, because I always talk about hair here and there on this channel, and I really want to help you guys out, not just with coupon codes and stuff, but a little giveaway every, here and there. So anyway, let's get into this Tribe Tea segment. Give this video a thumbs up if you like these segments of mine, and click that notification bell, and make sure you're subscribed to me every time you come to my channel, because YouTube be on that bullshit, honey. Lovely T-boys, honey, YouTube be on this bullshit, okay? So the first story that we're going to read is titled Struggles of a DL Guy. Okay. Naja, I just want to say I love your channel and I think you're an amazing person. Well, thank you very much. I'm trying to stop saying thanks, boo, but I'm about to come out with the thanks, boo merch, so I might just, fuck it. Thanks, boo. I'd also like to say anonymous. I'm not surprised. Quick disclaimer, I'm gay and DL, or in the closet as some might say, and I don't display the typical gay stereotypes, so it's not much of a challenge for me to stay discreet. So let's get into it. I'm 17 years old, high school football player, and I've developed feelings for a teammate who identifies as straight. I feel like we have a deep connection beyond friendship. The way he looks at me and the way we interact isn't how you'd be with somebody you aren't interested in. I don't know, man, we just vibe. There are tons of instances where we jokingly flirt and it seems like he wants to take it further but doesn't. Should I take a leap of faith to see if I'm correct about how he feels about me? I'm extremely afraid of being wrong and the possibility of being outed because of this situation. I've never been in a real relationship, only brief situations that never make it past the talking stage, and I don't have a lot of people to ask for advice, so I figured I'd ask you and the rest of the tribe for your thoughts. Sorry if this was long, by the way. No, it wasn't. It was short and sweet and to the point. I love it. I also love those juicy details, but I love short and sweet also. I feel like you should not be trying to make that step to come. I feel like you shouldn't put yourself in the position to get outed, if that makes any sense, by telling this guy how you feel. For all you know, he could be DL as well. But I feel like the first step is you actually coming out of the closet before you try to do anything. You need to be okay with your sexuality, regardless if you portray those stereotypes or not, of the stereotypical gay man that the media gives us, the queer eye type gay guy who's like very feminine and stuff like that. I get it. I have a lot of gay friends who are men who, are very masculine and they don't, get down like that, but that's just personality. So if that's not your personality, don't beat yourself up about it. But I also feel like before you try to jump in to putting yourself out there, you need to put yourself out there on the most extreme level of, okay, I'm okay with who I am, I'm coming out. So then he knows and he can come to you if that's what it is. But I understand in high school, especially being a football player, it's hard to come out. I completely get it. But I really feel like you shouldn't put yourself out there until you're ready to put yourself all the way out there. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think that he should do? Okay, this one is called I Got Caught Being a Hoe. Bless. Hey Naja girl, I've always been contemplating telling my story, but I do think it's pretty fun now that I look back at it. Kinda, at least. So you see why I say that later on in the story. So this started when I was 15 years old. I was a freshman in high school. I'm 23, by the way. It's the only reason why I continued to read on, because I saw 23 right under that. Guys, if you don't know, I do have an age limit on my Tribe Teas. 16 and up, please. But she's 23, so I'll read it. And she says it starts there, so hopefully it won't all be at 15. If it is, I might have to skip it. Sorry, sis. I'm not trying to... Really not. I had a musical choir class with this fine-ass chocolate dude. The first time I saw him, my eyes were immediately drawn out to him. But let me be honest, my eyes was drawn out to anything with the eggplant emoji. So you telling me you would fuck hobo schmo down the street? What's going on? It was something about him. So in my musical choir class, I would just stare at this boy hands. They were so sexy to me. You like hands? Okay, sis, you like hands? Everybody has their thing, okay? I don't know why, because he had long ass fingernails and dirt in them. Girl, you trying to get a UTI? What's going on? So my no good having ass sat next to him. He had a girlfriend, by the way, and put my hand on his hand and looked around as if I wasn't being weird as fuck. He put his hand away and I sat closer to him and he eventually just moved away. I know, right? Rude as hell. Girl, why are you touching on him if he don't want to be touched and he has a girlfriend? Like, why are you bothering him? We had a concert coming up really soon. Also, he was a junior. I told him I was a junior, by the way, as well. Our teacher was going to call the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors in different groups. When I tell you, my heart sank. But my little manipulative ass talked the teacher's damn head off and got my hands on the papers and put them in my leggings. I know, so ghetto. When the teacher realized the papers were gone, she told us to group with our grades. So obviously I didn't go with the freshmies, I went with the juniors. He asked me surprisingly that if I was a junior, and I said yeah. That's what opened the door for all of my wholeness. I just don't see how your teacher let you get away with that, but hey. He used to always compliment my outfits before, so it wasn't weird if he would do-sue. Where am I, from Minnesota now? What the fuck? But then he got all manly and bold and complicated. Yes, I was taken all the way back, but I told him thank you and called him cute and complimented. Oh, she meant complimented. Okay, she wrote complicated, but she meant complimented. Fast forward next semester, we had a gym teacher, but we had gym together. But when I decided to go, I couldn't stop looking at his, you know, okay. So I'm skimming because it doesn't seem like, you know, it evolves to her being 23, so I am gonna stop. But like, I don't really see this as being like hoe-ish. If anything, I just see as this as like a coming of age thing that awkward teenagers go through when they have crushes on these stupid ass little boys and like, oh my god, you touched his hand and you're looking at his body parts. Like, what teenager doesn't do that amongst other teenagers? Like, I don't really count that as hoeing, but I am gonna stop reading because it's just her being 15 looking at other eggplant emoji. But yeah, y'all get the gist. But me personally, I don't think that's hoeing. I mean, you're not having sex with anybody. Okay, this one is long, so I'm gonna save this one for the live next week. Ooh, this one is long too, and this one is called Tribetea. It's gonna be a movie one day. Okay. Okay, so this one is called Was I Wrong for Moving Out with My Boyfriend? Hey Naja, I've actually messaged you before on Instagram about an issue I was having, and recently it's developed, so I thought I'd send in a tribe tea. Sorry it's not wine and Capri Sun worthy, but I wanted to get some advice. I can respect that. So I have been with my boyfriend for almost 4 years now, and about 2 years ago we decided we wanted to move in together. So since then we have been saving and planning to do so. The only thing is, even though I love him to death, this boy has the worst luck. He's had car troubles that resulted in bills that are hundreds of dollars, and on top of that, his mom takes advantage of him by taking money from his account constantly and putting bills and student loans in his name to pay off. Damn. The whole thing is super frustrating because I hate seeing him go through that and not be able to do much. It also means that he is unable to save because he has so many bills to pay off and doesn't have an extra money to even think about moving out. In my opinion, his mom secretly doesn't want him to leave because he is her last child to move out and her other children don't take her BS when it comes to money. Therefore, she leans on him. I'm pretty sure I do remember talking to you in the DMs. So, and I don't remember if you have emailed me this already, but maybe it's just because I remember DMing you and talking to you. Now, I've been on and off looking at places because I want to get him out of his situation as well as me out of mine. So I saved every paycheck and did what I could even if he couldn't, so that we could still move out. And honestly, because I don't have as many bills as he does, I don't mind paying for most of all the rent until he's able to pay off his bills. The problem though is just because I'm ready, it doesn't mean he is. Because I've recently just had a huge argument with my parents, I started looking more aggressively and found an income restricted apartment that I can afford pretty much by myself. I told him about it and let him know I wanted to go ahead and apply, and because he knew about my family situation, he didn't really say his true feelings. Fast forward, I signed the lease and I'll be moving in March 1st. But now his true feelings have come out and he's told me he does not want to move out with me because he feels bad that he won't be able to contribute a lot. But he also feels like I am leaving him behind because I'm still moving. I feel really shitty now because I hate to make him feel this way. My thought was we would finally have a space to be together and come to whenever he's having issues at home, but I completely understand where he is coming from, and now I just feel like I've made the wrong decision by moving because we were originally supposed to move out together. So it's almost like I broke a promise to him. Well, honestly, you even admitted that in the beginning you felt a vibe that he was not ready. I would have had to sit down with him and be like, hey, are you ready for this? If you're not ready, it's completely fine. We could still be together, but I need to get out of my situation, and you should have just got your own place. And then, like how you said later, let that be his escape from home. If he needs a break, he can come over, you guys can visit. I always feel like it's better to practice by like having a boyfriend come over. You could see their little habits, give him, my saying, give him a little toothbrush, like stuff like that, instead of forcing him to move in. My question, I'm not done reading yet, but like, is his name on the lease? Like, what's going on? Is he like tied to it? We'll see. I also feel guilty for being happy about finally being able to move out because I've wanted to leave this house even before meeting him. I'm just not sure anymore. What do you think? Was I wrong for moving out? It's too late now to change my decision, but I just don't want to jeopardize my relationship, and I want to do what I can to make it up to him, even though there's really no changing how he feels. Honestly, I feel like your partner should be happy for you elevating. Okay, your partner should not be like, oh, you're gonna leave me behind and blah blah blah. That's not very supportive. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's toxic, but it's not very supportive, and I don't think it's really healthy to be jealous of your partner. I feel like there is nothing you need to make up to him. If his name isn't on the lease and he doesn't have any contractual ties to that apartment, I don't see how you're really fucking him over in any way. If you could afford to move out, move out. What the fuck does that have to do with him? Like, he can come over whenever he wants. When he's ready to move out, then maybe he could sign his name onto your lease and you guys can start splitting bills and stuff like that together. But if he's not ready, then that's him. Just because you're in a relationship does not mean you guys are the same, are one person. You get what I mean? What do you guys think? Give her some advice in the comments below. I've never dealt with a situation like that, but well, I have. One of my exes was always on some like, oh, you'll never be able to do anything type shit because they weren't able to do things, and then as soon as I got those things, then they want to be all up in my face. Like, I've been through that before, but I've never been in like an actively ongoing relationship where my partner is telling me that, oh, you're leaving me behind and blah blah blah. Like, I've never been through that before, so I don't really know what to say other than shit, but do you. You can still do you and be in a relationship. You guys give her some advice in the comments below. Okay, this one is called Tribetea Parents Are Getting Divorced. Hey Naja, my name is Amani and I love your videos. They make me smile when I'm having a bad day, so thanks for being the big sister that I don't have. You're welcome, sis. Little sis. Right by the title, my parents are getting a divorce. I don't want this to be long, so I'm just gonna get to the point. So I was born in a broken home. My dad was abusive towards my mother, causing her to leave him, becoming a single mother. My mother was single for 3 years until she met my stepdad, who we're going to call A. A and my mom met in a grocery store when he was bagging her bags. Cliche, but it's true. Since I was 3 at the time, I obviously didn't know that something more would form. That was until my mom brought him over to our house one day. From the start, me and A have always had a good relationship. When I first met him, we gave each other cute nicknames that we still use to this day. Well, A has some issues with his temper. Before you ask, no, he would never put his hands on. He would yell a lot. That being said, when he would get mad at me, he would curse out of anger before he processed what happened. Recently, I made him mad unintentionally and he cursed at me. It didn't bother me, even though it should have, but it's whatever. By the way, my mom was currently on a business trip when this was happening. After that happens, A called my mom venting to her, which caused her to call me. She asked the question, did he curse at you? And I said yes, because he did. My mom got extremely angry and hung up the phone. Next thing I know, I'm getting called downstairs by A. He tells me that my mother texted him saying that we are getting a divorce. When he told me that, my heart shattered because he has been the only father figure I've looked up to since the age of 3. As I'm typing this Gmail to you, I feel like a fuck up for what I did. I should have said no and this would have been alright. Since this literally happened an hour ago, I'm still processing it. Any advice would be nice. Sorry if this was kind of confusing. So she sent this to me February 13th. So damn, and that happened an hour ago on February 13th. So the day before Valentine's Day, your mom texted your stepdad she wants to get a divorce. Honestly, I feel like it's not your fault. Like, you have to think about it. Just the fact that your mom asked you, did he curse at you? Obviously, you know he has anger issues. I'm pretty sure your mom knows he has anger issues. I'm pretty sure him yelling at you was her last straw, but it doesn't mean that you are the reason for it, if that makes any sense. If I were you, I would have a sit down and talk to your parents and let them know how that whole situation affected you, because and how it makes you feel like it's your fault, because seconds after that phone call, your mom told him that they're getting a divorce. And honestly, I feel like A was out of pocket for even telling you that in that moment. You get what I'm saying? Like, they should have simmered it down, wait for it, because you know how people do with text messages. They say shit out their ass all the time via text, especially couples. He should have chilled and waited to talk to your mother in person after that business trip, discuss things, because for all you know, they could have patched it up. But now that he told you, he brought you into their business, and that's not cool. That's added stress on your part that you don't deserve to be carrying on your shoulders. So if I were you, I would sit down and talk to both of them, let them know how that whole ordeal made you feel. Pretty much all the advice I could really give you. If anybody in the comments has been through something similar, please give her some advice in the comments below. Okay, this is the last one, and it's called "My Mom is Sleeping with My Cousin for Drugs." That's nasty. Hey girl, first of all, I love your videos so much and admire your personality and how you carry yourself. Honestly, you're the realest YouTube channel out there, and I respect your opinion so much. Thanks, boo. I had to give you a classic thanks, boo. Thank you. Here's what's going on in my dumbass family. About 2 months ago, my mom, who's 43, was heavy stuck on what people in my town call black. If you don't know what black is, it's basically black tar, and then you fill in the blank if you know what that is. And she got admitted to the hospital because her brother, my uncle, got locked up and couldn't supply her habit anymore. She got clean in the hospital, but the doctors kept her asleep most of the time, so she didn't go through all the withdrawals, and she was on suicide watch as well. She was doing good and going to work after she was clean somewhat, until a few weeks ago when my sister was sending me pictures of black. She was fine around the house, drawers, underneath sinks, and even underneath my niece's crib, and sometimes just thrown on counters. And did I mention Mommy Dearest lives with my grandparents in their home with my 22-year-old sister and her 8-month-year-old daughter and our 17-year-old brother. I am 21, by the way. Wow, that's a lot of people in one house, and there's a lot of kids in that house for there to be freaking heroin around. I was so pissed when I found out, because this is a routine I've been going through all my life with druggy parents and the people they choose to bring around us when we were younger, and the bouncing in and out of our lives years at a time and leaving us to our grandparents' care. And well, here's where my dad's nephew comes into play. My sister ended up logging onto our mom's Facebook and saw messages between my bum-ass cousin, who's 31, and her basically exchanging sexual favors for drugs. So wait, who is that? That is your dad's nephew. Okay, so basically they're not related by blood, but it's still fucking weird. Like, that's still weird. Let me tell you, when I saw that shit, I was so grossed out and embarrassed. And well, we confronted her about everything, and all she does is deny everything like we're 5-year-olds. But my sister always catches her in the rest, 30 minutes in with the restroom stinking like something is burning, and she still denies it's just spraying perfume. On top of everything, my dad's whole family knows about my bum-ass cousin and my mom, and there's just a bunch of druggies themselves, or just bums in general, who don't do shit with their life, didn't even make it to middle school. God damn, you ain't even make it to middle school, bruh. And now they're talking about my mom and basically saying my cousin wouldn't do that, and my mom's old, and trying to say she's not pretty. Everyone is just running their mouth, and I'm telling you, my sister and I were telling my dad's sister, the cousin my mom is sleeping with's mom, a little about herself when she was talking about our mother. And I'm pretty sure if I didn't have my dad's 5-month-old baby he just had with his girlfriend on my hands. Damn, so you taking care of, okay, you're taking care of your younger sister, so your dad's 5-month-old child. What the fuck? Why does it sound like you and your other sister, who's 22, are the only sensible people in this whole fucking family? Like, oh my God, that must be such a freaking burden to you. I cannot even imagine. So she taking care of her dad's 5-month-old baby he just had with his girlfriend, and her sis wasn't holding her niece, and if her sis wasn't holding her niece, that the aunt would have got dragged through the parking lot. regardless of anything she does, that is still my mother. But basically what I'm asking is how to handle the situation and dealing with my family members' opinions, and how to deal with my mom without putting myself through the same stress I constantly have to go through. And she sent me some pictures of them. You guys know I don't post pictures. Oh my God, that baby looks so happy. Oh my God, that baby looks so happy. Oh my God, your cousin, I can't. You're very pretty. We look like we could be related. Like, you look like some people on my mom's side of the family. Okay, my advice to you is you really can't give a fuck. Your mom's grown, you're grown, you need to live your own life. But I know, like, sometimes baby bear effects pop in when people are coming for mama bear. You feel like you need to defend her, and you're trying to be like, don't talk about my mom like that type shit. Like, I totally get it. But at the end of the day, your cousin and your mom are adults. What they do really shouldn't affect you too much. Don't really try to pay attention to what your other family is saying, because you even said it yourself. They're not shit themselves. So why does their opinion hold any value? If I were you, you and your sister, I would just focus on getting out of that house, child. Like, getting out of that house altogether. Maybe even getting a good job, or maybe going to college, anything, just get out of the house. I understand that you're taking care of your younger sister, but that is your dad and your dad's girlfriend's responsibility to take care of that child. So you get what I'm saying? And then your sister also has a child. Maybe the three of you guys can move out and live together. You get what I'm saying? I would just get the hell out of that environment. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the description below. Have any of you guys ever had parents who are addicted to drugs, or family members that just have been doing stupid shit because of drugs? Tell her your story, give her some advice in the comments below. All right guys, so that is it for this Tribe Tea segment. If you want your story read on my channel, please email me in the description. The email in the description, sorry, it's been a long week. The email in the description below. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Bye.